Welcome back to the Maximum Blackness House. We are here again. We are going to have another cool and casual conversation, y'all. And tonight we got my co-host OG Smoke in the building, and we have Broshadad Estrella back, and also Leah Moore. She done spent the block again too. She back up in here, y'all. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the question and let everyone give their opinions. Why do women get mad when men protect their assets? Broshadad.
And you asked me that earlier, and I told you I need to understand it. Can you use it in a sentence?
Well, you can use that. That's in terms of them getting prenups or them not putting their wife's names on certain assets, or maybe they cut their wife out of certain things in the will. Maybe they didn't put their wife in the will. They're protecting
primarily
their own
primarily or
assets from
primarily
their wife
dating, like
in
when
the
people do
marriage.
like dating
Mm.
fiance for marriage or whatever, and people do like prenuptial agreements, primarily that type of nature, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I would like to chime in if Brusha Dan not ready.
Let her go
Okay.
first, because I got to think about this for a second. It's kind of touchy.
Okay, so putting it in that aspect, because simply we are married. We are married. So that means we became one. There is not two in the marriage. It's one.
Tell it.
We operate as a well-oiled machine. And if you can't include me in and then I don't want to say every, but in the
Most
most important,
everything. Shit.
listen. If you can't include me in the most important aspects of your life, then I'm gonna feel away. I'm gonna feel like you not all in. You in, but you got like half a kneecap out. You know, it's not all in. That's from my perspective. Like if I'm married to a man and we took vows and we're supposed to be a
Okay.
team. We're supposed to work as one. Like I said, one well-oiled machine, and you're keeping me out of your will. You don't want me to be on your bank account. You
Or your
don't want me to uh, you don't want me to be in your personal business, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feel away. I'm feel like
Well,
you
that's
not treating
totally
me like your
understandable,
wife.
but
You
we
treat me
know
like some
we
chick
know we
you
can't use
dating,
that, right? Because nine
something to
times out of
do.
10, these guys
You
are
know what
Fortune
I'm saying?
500 guys. When you get into a prenuptial agreement, it's usually a guy that's being upfront out the door, letting you know that's kind of his type of range. So this will be nothing that you've just been into a relationship. Now it's coming to marriage, and then boom, 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 and nah. So I do understand that. I do. That's highly understandable, guys. We do understand that. But we talking about something out the gate. When it's something like a prenuptial agreement, usually we gonna tell you that, let you know, like straight out the gate, like. So that's something like women even have to like or accept or roll with. So, go ahead, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. Oh, sorry.
Let me
I'm gonna
interrupt
keep
you on that
copycatting you. You gotta
because
let me fly on
I
this
was
Okay.
one.
not finished. I hadn't even gotten to the prenuptial part. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you know what I'm saying? Just coming into a relationship, yeah, going into marriage, you know what I'm saying? People want to protect their assets, especially a man who's come up on his own.
Gotcha.
He's done this by himself and he wants to make sure it's protected. I understand that part, but if you guys are together
Yeah.
and you accumulate, you know what I'm saying, you did it on your own and stuff, you're married. Like
Okay.
she had
If the if,
something, if not a big part, a little part to do with that. So why would you keep her
okay.
away from that? You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? You want to share your life, that's part of your life, you need to share.
Share your life. And I
I
just
got.
want to
Can
share
I
my
express my
life.
opinion on this now? I came up to my conclusion. I had to hear both sides, to be totally honest. And Some people may get mad at me, but I feel as though, first of all, if this isn't a six figure
Right.
or under conversation, this is a six figure and higher conversation, like you said earlier. But also, it just depends on whether a woman. If I'm with you from the beginning when you in school or when you get your idea, I'm not signing no fucking prenup. But if a woman comes to a man and he's already self-made and all that, it depends because when you look at it, a regular wife, she's gonna cook, clean, she's gonna take care of the children, she's gonna do all the things that a wife should do. But when you're marrying a rich man, he don't need you to do that because he pays somebody to do those things, including watch the children. So I feel like I can't really understand why a chick would get mad at something like that, especially if it's an older guy marrying a younger woman and she's marrying for the money. However, I do believe
Okay.
that they should have a certain allotment.
Right.
That's what a prenup actually is. A prenup is not actually, oh, you don't get nothing. A prenup is an agreement upon a couple as to what will be gotten between the two if the worst happens. So you can have a prenup, and the prenup says, I'll give you 10 million, 2 million to get the fuck out my face. I'll give you 150,000, you feel me? But a lot of chicks don't know that because they mama just tell them don't sign the prenup. But in that legal binding document, in order for her to sign it, you can make demands. So I think it's silly. I think it's not a question of why do women get mad. I think it's more of, should you really, really, really be having this conversation if you can't match his money any fucking way? Now, if you got money, and nigga be like, yeah, I want you to sign the prenup. And dude be like, I want you to sign a prenup. You can be like, bruh, I sign your prenup, but you sign mine. But if you ain't got no money and you running into somebody with money, you announce what you want, but bitch, you sign that fucking prenup.
So,
They get you one too.
Oh,
Your name ain't
shit.
on all the assets, but still get you a prenup put in place that benefits you.
That's real life. Because, man, I know motherfuckers do some slick shit.
right.
You don't have no prenup, and suddenly you divorced. You done worked all your life, and this motherfucker who ain't did nothing, not wash the dishes, not pick up a piece of
There you
clothing,
go.
and all
There
kind
you
of
go.
shit,
There
get
you
half
go.
of
There
everything
you
plus
go.
alimony. It's not fair.
Well, I mean, if you love someone, they should.
Nah,
But that's
hold
male
on,
and
hold on.
female. That's not just
still
female no more.
really the case with women.
That's
right
on
now.
everybody.
The system still is in the favor for the woman when it still comes to shit like that. It's still nah. We ain't even play them games like that. It depends. What you mean?
It depends. It depends. See, the problem with our community is we don't speak the language, and that's physical and elaborating. Like, oh, how do I put this? We don't understand the means of the law, so it looks like the females are getting the favor because we don't have that fear innate of us of authority that the men do. You feel me? They took the warriors out of the men or misplaced it where it's directed. So men get in court, and even if they have pure evidence, they don't really know what to say or they don't know what to listen for. Plus, they make it where you cannot even hardly hear them talking to you. You feel me? Whereas women are taught from a young age how to finesse the game. So it's not really about it being aimed towards the women. It's more along the lines of mamas teach their daughters how to finesse. And if they got a daddy, the daddy and the mama gonna teach you.
History books and history since the daytime. Don't pull that. We ain't finna pull that. I like that though. That's a good move. We can't pull that. Can't pull that. No. You know how many niggas know the system in and out of finesse and still get
That's
25
literally
years
what
and
it
still get
is.
fucked over?
I feel like if
That know the system like the back of their hand, bro. and still get their kids took, still lose the system, and still get 25 took out their shit a month, bro. That shit favor for the women right now, bro. That system right now is destroying. It's destroying. That's why men are right now signing more
because they
prenuptial
don't
agreements
know
now in
what
history than
to
ever because
say.
it's
They don't know what to
destroying them.
say.
It
No,
is
but
built
that's
to
why
destroy
that's
men.
why a lot of men
That
also
whole
want
shit is
towards
meant
the
to break and
prenup
destroy
than
men and
the
break you down.
divorce.
We don't get no stateside assistance, baby. We don't get no name of men that get stateside assistance with a child. And if he does, it's almost
Yes, y'all
hard
do.
a hard arm and a leg and hoops to go
Yes,
through.
y'all do. Y'all just
You
didn't go
rarely
out
see
there
that
and
case like
use
that. You
your
rarely see
force to
cases
get
like
your
that. You
assistance.
rarely see cases.
Oh
I ain't
no,
saying it's
y'all
not
don't go
possible.
up
It
there
ain't
to
happening.
use your force
You
to get
rarely see
nothing.
cases like that. Out of
Oh
majority,
my God. Like
it's
I
short.
look here to bring the conversation back to what we were talking about. To me, it all boils down to trust. Okay, if you trust me 100%, then you should have no problem whether I came in the beginning or after you done made your millions. Put my name on some of these assets. I mean, like, especially if I'm the bitch you say you down for, I feel, and I like, cause that's me too. If I'm the one that make the most money in the marriage, and I'm the one with the assets, if I feel like you go, if you're gonna be the one that all my shit goes to when I die, I'm gonna put your name on some
Nah,
shit. You
but
finna get some assets. You finna get some
gonna
money.
make
You
sure you
gotta get
straight.
everything, and that's
Gonna make sure you
me. So
straight.
like they gonna get that little something, something, but you want me everything because I love you and I want you to have my things.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy? I found out from looking at houses and trying to figure out how far I needed to go to be able to buy a house that it don't even fucking matter about that because if you buy a property in the Bible Belt, your spouse's name has to be on it. So all prenups aside, in the Bible Belt, if you say I do, that's they shit too.
Yeah, pretty much it's called marital property. You get when you
And
get
then
married,
it's a fool who don't put something away during the marriage. So without, with or without, I think everybody should put something away. If you got the means to have somebody be able to take a $500,000 or a whole couple mil and it don't even hurt your pocket, or couple of 100,000 and it
For
don't even
sure.
make a dent, my nigga, somebody should have some shit put
Sure.
away anyway.
yeah, so it's good to have money put away when you're in a freaking marriage. Everybody needs financial
Yeah, it's called a nest egg.
stability, whether their spouse is alive or dead. Because your spouse leave you and you ain't got no money, you're gonna be looking kind of foolish for a little while until
Right.
you get back up on your feet and stuff.
And why not have a joint account along with the separate accounts? Like there should be something in there, like
But some men
call
just
it
not like
possibly
that.
the more emergency fund.
Some men
I know,
don't
I know.
appreciate
People are
that.
so strange. All the TV and shit we done seen in the world, all the books we done read, all the songs, all the blues, and still it's all the same fucking song. Like, ain't nobody learned their lesson yet.
No, that's the beauty of
Like,
life.
prenup is one of the first words that a woman learns.
No, but
how
I
old was
don't
y'all when y'all
family
first
didn't
heard the
learn
word
that because
prenup?
I keep telling y'all that I grew up in a lifestyle where the women in our family they weren't priming us and grooming us in that manner. They really weren't. So therefore, not all females are grown up and groomed in that manner to finesse the game of dating. Most people trying to keep their daughters away from most of that in the first place instead of giving them own game and exposing them to that or helping them in the first place. So like no, a lot of females don't know what a prenup is. I don't think I found out about
But y'all know
prenup
why that
until
started happening, though,
I was
right?
like way older in life.
Even when the guy
Maybe
made the
I was a
agreement
little too.
to give the women, okay, say, okay, I'm making a verbal agreement to do this, to do this, to do that. The kids or the greediness.
It was because of the
You want more
king,
now.
King George. It was because of the king. Actually, it was
Tell me
because of the
more. Go
king.
ahead.
What's the name of that damn king? Anne of Bowles or Mary of Bowles married him. Henry, I think it was. They wanted him to stop fucking killing his wives because he was chopping them bitches' heads off. Okay, so he left the Catholic Church, became a Protestant, and they was like, "Hey, you got to figure out some type of way for this bitch not to get nothing because if y'all get a divorce, you're gonna have to give her half of the kingdom." And so that's how they came up with an agreement like that. And I think he went back to chopping bitches' heads off after that
Oh
because
my
Ain't nobody trying to keep giving you bitches shit.
Wow. Okay, but
True story. Queen Elizabeth the first father. That's who he is. Cause he wanted a son. And none of the bitches would give him a son. He ended up with a daughter. I think it was Elizabeth and Victoria.
oh my god, that's a lot.
In real life.
I mean, that's just a lot
In
to
real
begin
life.
with, and I don't know what to do with that. That's just a lot to put out there. I'm chopping bitches' heads off, and like I get what you're saying. Like they wanted to put something in place so that if all this shit do go downhill, you have a backup plan. Like, but I feel like the trust factor is why men they want to get that they want to protect their assets because you can't trust women. We get mad and we go batshit crazy. Like I always tell men I'll accept that we're crazy, but we're not.
I don't
stupid.
agree
We're
with.
not
I don't
stupid.
agree with
So
that. I
that's,
like what you said the first
big
part.
difference.
Ooh, those are some tough words.
We start getting very deceptive, and we want to start get back at him for the things that he's done to us. So I get it. That's their form of protecting themselves at the end of the day. Because baby, if I ain't got you no more, I still got to live. I still need the stuff that I have to be intact. And if you fuck it up, I still need to make sure that I can get it back. Y'all know we go crazy. Don't act like we don't. What you Leah Wars, you sitting over there looking like you ain't got nothing else to say.
I agree with what you're saying. I'm just muted because I'm not saying that. You talking, so I'm muted. But yeah, we can go crazy. I'm not gonna say I'm crazy, but we can go crazy. Yeah.
Most guys.
I mean, that's the truth. Cause and people have experienced it at different levels too. Cause like I ain't ever like had to be crazy. But if necessary, you know what I'm saying? It can happen.
I will, and I look
Right.
like a Sunday. I look like a topping on top of a Sunday split while I'm doing it, nigga. Don't play with me. Okay.
No, I do not.
Sorry,
No, I do
some
not.
flashbacks,
No,
okay.
I do not.
OG, you got anything else to say on this? You ain't got nothing
That
else
part
to say
was
on
what
the
I was
fact
gonna
that
really
your
go
brothers
in, and
be
nobody
protecting
said
their
that part because
assets
that's
and
where I
trying to
was
keep their
going.
wives out
That's
of
where I
the
was
ring
going to
and
because
the
that's the
streets.
reason
You
why
know,
we do what we do. We trying to protect ourselves. It ain't out of hate. We still make agreements to take care of the woman, and sometimes women still break that verbal agreement. And that's another
Right.
reason why
Nothing wrong with
prenups will
protecting
start becoming more
yourself.
popular, and as you've seen, because women will break that verbal agreement, and now we got to deal with this. Now we got to get the courts involved. Now we got to go back and forth. Now you trying to pull for this, you reaching for that. I agreed to give you goddamn something well above comfortable, but you want me to be a slave for you the rest of my motherfucking life. Come on now, this shit don't work like that. Now, I mean, you gotta be happy, you gotta be humble, you gotta take what you can take and go ahead on. The kids getting what they can get anyway. They got a great father, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. And you still got a support system that you can go to in case you fucked up for real. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's still a win-win. I mean, women overdo it. Y'all, just like you heard her say, y'all get mad. Y'all push that red button. Shit, y'all hit that motherfucker. That'll be what it is.
But you got them
You know what I'm
wrong.
saying? But I mean, I ain't gonna say niggas gonna be fucking up neither. We be fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be fucking up too. You know what I'm saying? They deserve certain shit. But when it comes down to people hard earned money and what they don't work for and shit, like I don't believe in that. Like, I believe even if my woman had more assets than me, I'm making sure that's your shit.
I do have
you know
some
what I'm saying?
thoughts.
I don't want no part of that. Like even if we was to part ways, like that's your shit.
I do. I do have some thoughts. Here are my thoughts on the whole situation. Don't be mad about a prenup, okay? Negotiate your terms, for one. Two, make sure that you have your own shit so you don't have to be left out in the cold. Start a business if you don't want you to work from somewhere else. Bake some fucking cookies. Do something. But make sure that you're not out in the rain and you don't have to depend on somebody else's pension. Because if they standing up working for it, just like when we standing up working for ours, nigga, it hurt to see half of that shit go. I know. Being married, I know. When I look at marriage as, nigga, it ain't if you got a dime and I got a dime, we got 20 cents. It's nigga, I got this burger. Here go half of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's where they don't see 50-50 at. So they looking at you put together, I put together. No, whatever we got together. Either we gonna get more or we gonna have less. But whatever it is,
It's together.
it's ours. But some people fail to realize that they fail to see what a corporation really entails and how when you sign that paper, when you sign those papers, you're signing basically a legal documentation calling yourself a
Yeah.
corporation because the last name that you take, that's that person's strong man. So that's they straw man. That's what it's called, a straw man. That's their straw man. So you're taking on their business name, and now you're becoming one. And just like you sign them documents when you go to court, or you buying a building, or you renting a house, it's the same with marriage. And sometimes it comes with the prenup. And on that prenup, you don't let that nigga lawyer just write that shit up, and you don't have your lawyer look it up. You can't get mad if you fell for the okie doke. But if you have say in it, you can decide what goes next. And breach of contract means don't nobody get shit.
Facts. Do make some very valid points with that, Broshadad. I'm gonna go ahead and everybody made valid points, by the way. Everybody, OG, good point. Leah Ward's, good point. Brianna, Annier, good point. But I'm gonna close out with this, and okay, you guys can agree with me or not.
I'm just saying it
OG
favors less.
is
Now it's starting to
that
get a
the
little
system
bit.
doesn't work for men.
It's starting to get a little bit, but
There's
it's
the
been
US
still favored to be
system
like that, man.
to work in
Oh,
their
oh,
okay, okay.
Uh-uh. That's what I'm saying. Like that's how bad it is. Like like we ain't even finna get into all that. Like that shit like that. Like for real. Like Like the fellas know what I'm talking about. Like that shit for real.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and women need to start teaching their sons because fathers they need to get on board with it too. But it's gonna probably most likely have to start coming from moms because we're the ones that's there most of the time. Teach your son how to use the system in his advantage. When you see your son struggling with his kids and his baby mama, all you can do, whether he uses it or not, make sure that he knows what his options are. Tell him before he start having kids. We need to start letting him know, baby, you got options. If that lady take your kids, you have options. You have options to go down there to the courts. You have options to put things in place and do the things that you need to do if you really feel that way about your kids. Most of them really don't, and they be playing, so they don't never go press the button. You have to teach your son how to make this court system beneficial for them.
hey, you ain't told one lie. Because one thing about it, most men, when you try to tell them to go, it's not set up like that for me. But the thing about it is, I don't watch countless men, including my own brother, beat child support, beat the system in all kinds of ways, all because they listen. All because they listen. And the thing about men is, y'all think because we're women, we don't listen. I got an auntie right now who was on child support. She was on child support. And the court beat her ass. They treated her like she was a 6'5" black man. They sure the fuck did.
Yeah, they will. It flips for women too. And I do appreciate everybody for coming in for this lovely, cool, and casual conversation. We love having these, and we're going to try to keep them rolling out. Once again, we got Leah Ward's in the building, Broshadad Estrella. Go stream her music, and OG Smoke,
For sure.
my co-host.